Hello, I'm Atujime and you're watching Northeast Express on Hornbill TV. Amid the soaring temperatures, the Office of the District Elementary Education has ordered the government and private schools in Kamrup Metro District to reschedule their timings effective from May 27. According to a release from the Office of the District Elementary Education, the new school timings for lower primary LP schools will be 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. For Middle English ME schools, it will be 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and for higher secondary school, it will be 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. These changes were implemented by the District Office of Elementary Education following orders from the Deputy Commissioner of Kamrup District. These instructions were introduced due to the continuous rise in levels of mercury. The release also outlined additional instructions to ensure students' well-being during the heat wave, such as conducting morning assembly in classes or shaded areas, proper arrangement of electricity and fans, medical assistance, allowing students to wear sandals instead of shoes, and preventing students from wearing blazers, ties or waistcoats. Meanwhile, in view of the heat waves and unpleasant weather, the Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for Delhi and other parts of North India. According to the latest data from IMD, the Barmer district of Rajasthan with 48.8 degrees Celsius recorded the highest temperature in the nation on Friday. Yesterday, the maximum temperature were in range of 44 to 47 degrees Celsius in many places over Rajasthan, some places over West Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat state, and isolated pockets over southwest Uttar Pradesh. Vidarbha, the scorching heat has disrupted normal life. Intense heat has raised the cases of heat and brain stroke patients in hospitals. Doctors are advising patients suffering from heart and other serious disease to keep themselves hydrated and avoid traveling during the daytime in the wake of heat stroke cases. Amid rising cases of road accidents along the National Highway 6 in Meghalaya's Riboy district, the Superintendent of Police, through its Nongpo Police Station Traffic Branch, conducted traffic motor vehicular checking. This was led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Traffic J. Rabba Nongpo, Traffic in Charge SI Rubul Ali, among others traffic police officers. Sub-Inspector of Nongpo Police Traffic Branch P. Thankyo said, though the police department through the traffic branch has regularly created public awareness on vehicular traffic rules, public have ignored it. Therefore, the department in its effort are imposing fines. He said it was heartbreaking that in past 3 years, over 15 motor vehicle accidents have occurred in the NH6 and so many people have lost their loved ones.
Chong arulung skuti, dari tim jugram yang aing sin kasiro. Kebal klema kodo kata kena por sepor na juka ngila jufain. Tang general ni fain. Sanspa dengka, dari tim nyokor ya keburam. Bat kamtam kim ik iru ya kamet bat kamsip juki. Dikeng ya kamet sim ik dengka nar nane kastim kudi. Kum kastil kudi isnya bagade kamet juki dari. Kum pasor. Ha pasor. Amis ram lapat, layap. Pamasa man nakpor man kasi mata accident. Mana sonde bradep dai di accident. Tangga jika makor jung hidungnya. Kang buram yang mesti majong. Tang ada suruh pak, ya kapamon, lek kemudian mana posun, lek kemudian aeroplane. Alis yang dari buram, ya kamet bat kamsi majong. Habalik ada suruh pak. Yang dia kim kikor, ya gue kim kikor. Isinya apa mereka minyak nasuj. Dari aeroplane hoi tol ngim dan ban Mania tukar kata, bat ngin nan kam bagin panbor iki mentap helmet, panena nak kaya gini lagi, hendai. Kisnya wadai ba, nak surak, tim juburam, no tim buram, no patim buram. Hangno babu semua hang tagi yang persia, hangno babu ki, wanwe hang tagi yang persia. Tengi manse, ni haple katung gaan, katung mak sokar lapa, kamta ini ilek kumta.
Heavy storm accompanied by rain and hailstorm hit Noksen area of Tuensang on 24th of May. Reports received here stated that over 10 houses have been damaged at Noksen town and more than 30 households have been affected in the adjoining Litton village and Noksen village. Noksen Primary Health Center has also been affected by the heavy onslaught of hail and heavy winds. The lone Catholic church in the area has also been affected, with homes and crops damaged. The people in the area are reportedly in distress as most people rely on farming. Leader of Bharatiya Janata Party and Chief Minister of Assam Himanta Biswa Sarma on Saturday during the sixth phase voting of Lok Sabha election claimed that the government at the centre has already been formed after the voting of the fifth phase and that the sixth phase and the last phase will only be votes for seats margin. He claimed that the BJP is going towards the 400 mark. Sarma, who is currently in Bihar, also stated that the RJT leader Tejasvi Yadav has nothing to do except singing.
देखिए, फिफ्थ फेज में सरकार बन चुका है, सिक्स और सेवन फेज बढ़हट का फेज है, तो मेरा लगता है कि हम लोग तेजी से 400 का ओर जा रहा हूँ। देखिए, अभी तेजस्वी का गाना गाने का सिवा और क्या काम रह जाएगा। सरकार बीजेपी का है, चुनाव 2027 में है, जेडीयू बीजेपी का अच्छा सरकार है, दिल्ली में मोदी जी सरकार चलाएगा, तो तेजस्वी को तो गाना ही गाना पड़ेगा ना, तो इसीलिए अच्छा हुआ है कि वो गाने का शुरुआत कर लिया है, प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट कर।
In an unprecedented and momentous event, Anasuya Sengupta has become the first Indian actor to win the prestigious Best Actress Award at the Cannes Film Festival. This historic achievement was for her remarkable performance in The Shameless, a gripping film that competed in the You Uncertain Regard section of the 77th edition of the festival. This is for the queer community everywhere and all other marginalized communities all over the world for bravely fighting a fight they should not have to fight, Anusuya passionately stated upon receiving her award. The 77th Cannes Film Festival has been a significant event for India. In addition to Anasuya's groundbreaking win, Shyam Bengal's classic Mantan has a special screening marking almost 48 years since its original release. The festival also saw a dazzling array of Indian celebrities and influencers making waves on the red carpet. This year, Indian films and actors garnered numerous nominations across various categories, underscoring India's growing influence in global cinema. Anasuya Sengupta, hailing from Kolkata, delivered an extraordinary performance as Renuka in The Shameless, directed by Bulgarian filmmaker Konstantin. The film narrates the harrowing yet empowering journey of Renuka, who escapes a brothel in Delhi after killing a police officer. The narrative also explores her complex relationship with her love interest portrayed by Umara Shetty. Adding to the Indian triumph at Cannes 2024, two Indian films clinched top honors in La Cine selection. Sunflowers were the first ones to know. Kannada short film directed by Chitananda Naik, a student from the Film and Television Institute of India, secured first place. Meanwhile, Bunnyhood, directed by Mansi Maheshwari from Meerut, Uttar Pradesh and currently studying in the UK, claimed the third place. As the 77th Cannes Film Festival concluded on May 25, it marked a significant milestone for India cinema and the global stage. Little Star Higher Secondary School, Maridua, has once again stood out in the SSLC Art Examination 2024, with Krishna Koirala securing the 17th position in the top 20. The results were declared on Friday by the Meghalaya Board of School Education. Krishna Koirala, a student of Little Star Higher Secondary School, Maridua in Reboy, obtained star marks in 4 subjects: mathematics, science, social science and health education. He also received letters in 2 subjects, English and additional English. Krishna Koirala is the son of Vishnu Koirala, a resident of Baridua village. He has also secured first position in the Meghalaya Chemistry Olympiad conducted by the USTM in 2022. The principal of Little Star Higher Secondary School, Baridua B.N. Sarma, and headmistress Meena Sarma extended special thanks to Krishna Koirala for his achievement and attributed his success to his dedication and sincerity in studies. They also expressed gratitude to all the teachers, non-teaching staff and his parents.
One more message for the students of the different places from Meghalaya. In school, every student studies for at least 6 to 8 hours, and the teachers also, they give their 100% in the school. But after they go to their house, what they do, that depends on the result. Means their result depends on what they do after they go to their house. How much they study, how much they self-study in their house, that depends. And their result will come out good if they do study well in their house. And if they don't, the result will come out worse. It will come out bad, and they must do consistent study with focus, not all day, all night, but for a particular period of time, like 4 to 5 hours. But they have to be focused, they have to be concentrated. No distractions must be in front of them. And if they do this type of study in an effective way, efficient way, the result will come out to be good.
Okay, I really want to congratulate the faculty members of Little Star Secondary School. It was the combined effort of our teaching staff and plus the student who has put everything on the track to achieve this position. It is not only the credit for a particular person, but it is a team effort. Until and unless we work together, we will not be able to secure good marks. No doubt, we are still not in that zone of highly securing position, but soon, very soon, we will upgrade ourselves, and we really hope that we will find a better position and we will be consistently providing a position, or so to say guidance to the student, where they will be able to show their hidden talent, and we will keep on encouraging one another. This is just a message for the youngster, where there was a myth that particular subject will be very tough or it is difficult to score good marks. Today we have proved something, and I really hope that this will be inspiring to other students, and they will come up with brilliant dedication, and they will produce a very, very good result in future. I am very, very proud, and thank you once again to the teacher, headmaster, headmistress, and the boy himself who has put lot of effort in his studies. I am very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you.
The Manipur Police Control Room in a statement informed that security forces recovered one 5.56 mm incest LMG with magazine, one 5.56 mm incest rifle with magazine, 50 live round ammunitions from the general area of Wango Bishnupur district. The control room said on 24th of this month, Manipur police arrested 3 drug smugglers from Sekmai area, Imphal West. They are identified as MD Varish Khan, 35, MD Akbar, 36 and MD Wahid, 22. Further, from their possession, 3 mobile handsets, 2 wallets containing rupees 19,621, Tata truck, 50 numbers of black plastic pouches containing suspected WY tablets weighing 0.992 kg were recovered. The statement further added movement of 257 and 105 vehicles along NH37 and NH2 respectively, with essential items have been ensured. Strict security measures are taken up in all vulnerable locations, and security convoy is provided in sensitive stretches in order to ensure free and safe movement of the vehicles. The Indian Army, in a joint operation with Assam Rifles, recovered cache of arms and ammunition at Pongpal Kulen in Imphal East district of Manipur. PRO Defence Manipur, Nagaland and South Arunachal Pradesh, in a press release on Friday, said 1 AK-56 rifle, a mortar, 1 improvised mortar bomb, 1 Pompey gun, 2 IEDs, 5 grenades, ammunition and warlike stores recovered by Indian Army. Later on, recovered items are handed over to Andhra Police Station for further investigation. A symbolic burial was held on Friday at the Martyrs Cemetery, Paitang in Kangkokpi district for the 2 Kuki-Zo volunteers who were brutally killed in the Paileng Mall region on April 13. Banana stems were placed on the coffins of the 2 Kuki-Zo volunteers, Kamlen Sat Kongsai and Kamil Lal Lopeng, whose remains are still missing. The symbolic burial was held under the aegis of COTU. This unusual yet deeply symbolic act underscores the desperation and grief faced by the families who cannot find the remains of their deceased sons. The practice of using banana stems in funerals rituals is not new for the Kuki-Zo community, as their customs, culture and tradition sometimes involve using symbolic objects in the absence of a body. The symbolic burials with banana stems also serve multiple purposes, as they allow the community to perform necessary rites which are crucial for cultural and emotional closure. Additionally, these ceremonies provide a space for mourning where collective grief can be shared and supported. It may be recalled that COTU had organized a monumental 2-kilometer long protest rally and imposed a 24-hour total shutdown in response to the gruesome Paileng Mall killings. Additionally, COTU also closed down government offices in the district, which remains in force to date. In a poignant gesture honoring their fallen comrades, COTU enforced a solemn 9-hour total shutdown throughout Sada Hills, Kangkokpi district from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. on May 24, while halting all government and private operations along with business activities. Slamming the former Pakistan Minister Fawad Hussain over his remark on the general elections in India, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that the situation in Pakistan is very bad and he should take care of it. In a post on X, Pakistan ex-minister Fawad Hussain, while reacting to Kejriwal's post on voting, said, "May peace and harmony defeat forces of hate and extremism." Reacting to it, Kejriwal said the people of India are fully capable of handling issues and that his tweet was not needed. Kejriwal said the elections taking place in India is an internal matter and will not tolerate interference from the biggest sponsors of terrorism. Earlier today, Delhi CM Kejriwal along with his family cast their vote in the 6th phase of the Lok Sabha polls. After casting his vote, the Delhi CM said he had voted to end unemployment and inflation.
पिताजी, मेरी पत्नी और मेरे दोनों बच्चे, हम लोग वोट डाल के आ रहे हैं और मेरी मम्मी आज यहाँ पर महंगाई के खिलाफ और मैं जनता से, सभी लोगों से, वोटर से अपील करना चाहता हूँ कि गर्मी बहुत है, फिर भी घर में ना बैठें, वोट जरूर डालें, अपने मत का अधिकार जरूर इस्तेमाल करें और तानाशाही के खिलाफ सब लोग
क्या कहेंगे? दिल्ली के माहौल क्या है? क्या कहेंगे दिल्ली के माहौल?
मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत भारी संख्या में लोग तानाशाही, महंगाई और बेरोजगारी के खिलाफ वोट डाल रहे हैं क्योंकि लोग
Amidst the 6th phase of Lok Sabha election in 58 parliamentary constituencies across the state, Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues his election campaign for the final phase. On Saturday, he addressed a public gathering in Bihar's Patliputra, where he attacked the RJT and the India bloc, contrasting them to himself. Modi, referring himself in third person, said that in these elections, Modi on the one hand has been working 24 hours and 7 days a week to make India a Viksit Bharat by 2047, while on the other hand, the opposition parties have no work, which was why they are busy abusing Modi.
गूंज सुनाई दे रही है, एक ही विश्वास चारों तरफ प्रकट हो रहा है। फिर एक बार, फिर एक बार, फिर एक बार। साथियों, 24 के इस चुनाव में एक तरफ 24 घंटे आपके लिए मेहनत करने वाला मोदी है, तो दूसरी तरफ 24 घंटे आपसे झूठ बोलने वाला इंडी गठबंधन है। एक तरफ मोदी है जो 24 घंटे 7 दिन 2047 में विकसित भारत बनाने में जुटा है, जो 24/7 आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाने में जुटा है, जो 24/7 देश की सुरक्षा बढ़ाने में जुटा है, जो 24/7 अच्छी आधुनिक सड़कें, आधुनिक रेलवे देने में जुटा है, वहीं दूसरी तरफ ये इंडी गठबंधन है। इंडी गठबंधन के पास काम नहीं है, समय ही समय है, खाली है। देशवासियों ने उनकी छुट्टी कर दी है, कोई जेल में विश्राम करके रहते हैं, कोई बाहर रहते हैं, और इसलिए ये इंडी गठबंधन दिन हो या रात सिर्फ मोदी को गालियां देने में जुटा है।
Polling for the 7 seats in Delhi is underway for the Lok Sabha election 6th phase. In North East Delhi, Congress leader Kanhaiya Kumar is contesting against the incumbent MP and PJP leader Manoj Tiwari. After casting his vote, Congress candidate Kanhaiya Kumar claimed that Congress will get 3 seats and AAP will get 4. On BJP's 400 par slogan, he said the Saffron Party was talking about the prices of petrol, not number of seats.
जबरदस्त उत्साह है। मतदान के पहले घंटे में ही मुझे लगता है कि भारी संख्या में वोटिंग टर्नआउट है और ये टर्नआउट दिखा रहा है कि लोग जो है कहीं ना कहीं इस क्षेत्र में बदलाव चाहते हैं। शुरुआती घंटों में कुछ शिकायतें थी, कहीं पे जो है मशीन स्लो चल रहा था, कहीं मशीन काम ही नहीं कर रहा था। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि ईसीआई जो है जल्द से जल्द इसको रिजॉल्व कर देगी और लोकतंत्र का यह महापर्व जो है उसमें भारी से भारी संख्या में लोग हिस्सा लेंगे और इस क्षेत्र में परिवर्तन होगा।
भाजपा वाले अभी क्लेम करते हैं कि 400 पार और कह रहे 300 सीटें जीत चुके हैं।
बधाई हो उनको, तो जीत ही गए हैं तो घर में बैठ जाएं, टेबल लगा करके क्यों बाहर बैठे हुए हैं बूथों के। 400 पार एक्चुअली वो सीट की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, पेट्रोल का दाम बता रहे हैं।
और सर कांग्रेस की 400 सीटें आ रही हैं दिल्ली में?
कांग्रेस की नहीं, इंडिया अलायंस की आएगी। 4 आम आदमी पार्टी की आएगी, 3 कांग्रेस पार्टी की आएगी।
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.